Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome us at our Ask Me Anything session. My name is Rinant. I'm a colleague of all these great consultants that are giving the accounting talks the afternoon. And together with me, we have Benjamin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Nice to be here and nice to see you all present today.
So we're waiting for our interviewer, I think, but you can already scan the QR code and start typing all your questions about accounting. Try to be gentle with us. We'll try to do our best to answer all of them.
The first question is, what's the scope of the Polish e-invoicing KSEF implementation in Odoo, considering that it will be mandatory in 2026? Will it cover only the minimum legal requirements or also provide the extended functionality?
Luckily, we have you with us.
So, yes, I can answer that. We started it, so we have the first bricks of the Polish e-invoicing. On top of that, it forced us to adapt a few behaviors, to adapt the taxable supply date, for example, which is really necessary in Poland. And for now, we are waiting for the interface for the portal to test our development. So it's in progress, and of course, we track the deadline, so we will be ready on time.
What are the new developments in accounting for countries that do not use PayPal, for example, Switzerland?
I'm not sure if there is already an invoicing regulation for Switzerland.
In Switzerland, I don't know if there is one. We adapted the QR bill, etc. A few years ago. Switzerland is a very good question, actually, and if any deadline is coming, we will tackle it.
Yeah, for like most countries. But do you know there is already a specific format for Switzerland? I
Nope.
was not aware, to
Nope.
be honest. But in case it is, please come by because of course we're interested to know. But I guess we should.
I don't remember hearing about any.
No, me neither. So, but the answer on the question is: so for the moment there is nothing ongoing. I think.
No.
Is it possible to turn off the 3% variation payment rule in the bank transactions to match your transactions?
I have a feeling I know where the question comes from. I think for the moment, not. No, it's automatically behind the scenes. The reason behind, and you will be able to answer it better than me, I guess, is more from a user experience interface that you should not set it off yourself, and that we take the choice for the user in order to define the tolerance, so that you don't have to do it anymore yourself. In any case, of course, the remaining amount you should do something with it. So there is a reconciliation model that can be created in order to make sure that the remaining amount is pushed to the right account. But we believe, we can make a mistake of course, but I guess the idea behind is if you pay less than 3% and we can find an exact match of the bill, it means that it's linked with that bill, so directly it's reconciled, but of course the remaining amount you should do something with it, and the AI will learn about the account set on an opposite, I guess.
Absolutely. No, I have nothing to add to that.
Can you please let us know how we can generate accrual entry from stock closing entry?
Yes and no. The last time that I saw it, it was not yet merged, I think, but I guess like Odoo 19 came out, it's already in there maybe, or it will come soon. But it has not been done yet because it's of course a huge impact. It's a huge change in terms of inventory valuation. Also, it depends if you're working on continental or in periodic. But you will see that, and at least that was the spec foreseen, so I guess that's going to come. In the new report, the inventory valuation report that you will have in accounting will suggest you, in terms I'm first speaking in periodical, it will automatically put, based upon what has been invoiced, it will automatically put it on the balance sheet. And also there we're going to foresee the provisions as well. So based upon what's happening, what's already existing today, your purchase orders, sale orders, manufacturer orders, etc., all the accruals that you can build based upon them will be included in that same report, so that basically, for periodical accounting, you will be able to create all the entries directly from the report, to update your accounting, not in real time anymore. And to be honest, I'm a really fan of it because what I hated before is that for every stock move you created an accounting entry, which means that you end up with a huge general ledgers with a lot of useful, not useful,
Useless.
sorry, useless accounting entries in there. While now you will be able to do it or periodically yourself, based upon the end of the month, because if you want, or you can set it automatically on a daily or a monthly basis, so that we will generate one big journal entry for you, so that your accounting is updated. And if you need the details, go to the inventory evaluation report. There is no need to have it in accounting because nobody wants to read a stock account with only a debit amount, credit amount, and a description. While in the inventory report, you have way more information, like the product category, the valuation, etc., etc. It's way more information because you work in a solution that is all integrated. You should use the applications for what it's used to, and so I don't believe that the detail of an amount
Has any value.
should has any value in accounting. We just need, of course, to have updated books. But if you want the detail, it's all in the inventory and in analysis. So I think answered the question.
No, I agree on that. Totally.
Well, I like it every year. We're more and more agreeing on stuff.
We learn from
really,
each other.
really cool.
The new option to backdate stock movements, how does it work with the closing and lock dates?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I follow your logic like usual, as long as the log date is open, we'll be able to adapt it. If not, and I guess it's general Odoo logic, if the log date is set, we will push it to the next open period.
The feature about the log date is working exactly that way. If present, then there is a recomputation that will guarantee the respect of the log date. But of course, in some cases, you would like not to face that limitation. And an exception to the log date can be granted to the user for, let's say, 5 minutes, the time to do just this correction, if that's the will of the user. And then the exception can be manually revoked or will revoke itself after the delay that was foreseen. And in any case, if an entry is allowed thanks to such an exception, you can, via the chatter on the company, you can retrieve in the chatter all the exceptions that were granted. Normally there are not many. You can retrieve the exception, you can click on the exception, it will open a form view on what was the exception, for who, when did it start, when was it stopped. And you have an audit button, so a smart button to audit what were the entries allowed by this exception. So the flexibility is there, and it's just a matter of getting to know how it works, and any behavior is possible.
Yeah, and it's similar with all the other features we already have. It follows the same logic.
Absolutely.
Actually, the backdating, I don't know who asked the question, but I hope you like it as well. It's the second part that I really like about the refactoring of the inventory valuation report, because at least now you will not have any discrepancies anymore between your inventory report and your accounting. While before you could do evaluation and then you can change the date of the accounting entry, which means that your stock and accounting is not streamlined anymore. It's impossible to find out where the difference come from. At least now it's very clean, it's very simple. Inventory valuation report will always correspond with your accounting.
Which type of account do we need for variation accounts in assets for perpetual?
Current asset, I guess.
Current assets.
Yeah.
Are you working on any outbound payment integration with Revolut or other fintechs?
I think for the moment we already have the possibility through one
provider,
which is
yes,
Ponto,
indeed,
and gives the possibility to send your batch payments directly to them. So it means that we don't fully cover it in Odoo. It's important to understand. We just generate the batch payment directly in Odoo. We don't have the validation process in Odoo itself. So when the batch payment has been done, you can execute it and it's sent to an external provider, which is Ponto.
Odoo sends you directly to them. You don't have to know the way.
Exactly.
Odoo sends you directly to Ponto, and
The evaluation and the validation goes over there. But the biggest advantage of this one is it's just a CPAF file, but at least nobody can change it anymore. Right? It's not possible to,
Yeah,
to download, adapt.
In terms of security, no one can interfere and manipulate the XML file again. It's way safer.
But
if
I'm
you
pretty
want to
sure
protect
we're going
yourself.
to add more
Yes.
of them in the future because I don't think that we want to keep it just with one provider.
No, it's open to evolve, of course. Giving a timeline is always the question we face, and planning is guessing, as we used to say.
And convincing Fabien.
Yeah, potentially as well. But sooner or later, more will come.
When will self-billing be possible in e-invoicing?
It's already available. It's already available in Odoo 19. In case you have not seen the first presentation, I think, or there was a presentation about invoicing before. Please have a look at it. They demonstrated it in a live database. So it's already available in Odoo 19. But also as from Odoo 19 in that case.
As from 19, yes.
Are you planning to bring back the expense report? This is sorely missed.
Not that I know of.
I'm pretty sure not, but it's supposed to be better, easier. In case it's actually, I compare it a little bit with maybe the shock is maybe a little bit the same as we had before when we removed the bank statements. Before we started in the bank reconciliation from a bank statement where you had bank statement lines in there. At a certain moment, we removed the statements. In fact, they are optional now, but we work on the transaction lines. The idea is a little bit the same with the expenses, so that you don't need a report anymore, but that you work directly on the lines. But in case you don't like it, or in case there is some frustration that you could not do before, I would say please come by to the booth of accounting. The product owners are all there, so we'll be happy to learn about feedbacks. But I don't think it's gonna come back.
For now, it's not gonna come back, as far as I know.
And working with the new Odoo credit cards will even stream like that, so that you definitely don't need them anymore. Bit of publicity.
Definitely.
Why can't Odoo give accounting statements in multi-currency? Users could want to see BS or PNL in another currency or partner ledger, especially those partners who are being traded in another currency. This is a big request from many customers.
I think it's not totally correct that we cannot do that. We can through the consolidation setup, where you have a company that is not the company having itself the entries, but that company, that second company, could just be a way. It would be the running company in your database, and through it, you would look at the entries of the first company, the one who owns the entries, and the second company could have any currency. And so the conversions would occur thanks to the computation of our CTAs. This being said, it's a technical, kind of technical answer. And
I think there is some new stuff in Odoo 19 about that as well. I'm not sure if it's merged, but before, if you wanted to do what Benjamin said, indeed, it's just create a new company, set another accounting currency, and when you select them in consolidation mode, you can switch between one and the other, and the currency will change. While before, I think in Odoo 18, you need to have a mapping between the accounts of the euro company against the one in dollar, perhaps, while now you don't have to do that anymore. If you consolidate two companies together and the account using from company A is not existing in B, we will directly show the account of company A in order to not leave it blank. So basically in Odoo 19, it's way easier. Just, sorry, it's a very long answer that actually should very short. Just create a new company with another accounting currency, consolidate both together, switch to the other one, and all your reports will be in the currency of that company.
And the feedback is heard, so we may reconsider that, and we may imagine, but it will go through the process of a proper specification, analysis, etc., to see whether we offer it or not.
Je peux le montrer en fait.
Yes.
If we have time, we can show it or come by and I can show you how it works.
Maybe it takes some time, so
yeah.
it's specific. So let's come at the booth and we'll show you.
Will it be possible to backdate inventory entries, stock counts, and inventory movements and the related accounting entries as well?
Yes,
Mhm.
it's already the case in fact, it's actually the case now in 19, while you could not do it before.
Will any logic be added to the taxable supply date, or is it only a manual input?
No, there is logic already in it. The taxable supply date was made generic, if I remember
What's a
well.
taxable supply date?
The taxable supply date is a specific module that you have to install. It adds a date on the invoice. It's
Okay.
necessary for some localizations that are really demanding, mostly in the eastern part of Europe. I think about Poland, certainly, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and it's a date that comes in between the invoice date and the accounting date. So the accounting date, as you know, probably is computed out of the invoice date. If there is no taxable supply date, nothing occurs. It's still as before. But if you specify a taxable supply date, this one will take the lead on the computation of the accounting date. All the rest works. So this is brand new. For the ones concerned, I really invite you to come at the booth. We are
You're gonna
there to
have
answer.
a lot of people at the booth, Benjamin.
As always.
You're selling it very well.
But so we have a new module. It installs a date. This date is facultative. If set, it computes the accounting date. But the reports, the way the reports work, is still the same as before. So the reports keep working on the accounting date.
If we have the variation account as current asset, then the entry is between valuation and current asset, which is same as old input and output account, and it will nullify the valuation as well.
Yes, I think it's true. I think with the change, we put everything on. Did you understand the question?
No, I'm not.
I
Sure.
think, and I'm not an expert in inventory valuation, but and definitely not in Anglo-Saxon because I think it's about Anglo-Saxon accounting. While before the possibility to define one for outgoing and incoming and another one for
Yes.
variation, I think it's necessary in Anglo-Saxon to have values, balances on both. While now it's only one account, so it's less easy to audit.
Okay.
I think we are already aware of it. I spoke with one of the accounting experts yesterday. They already received it on the smart class as well. So we took the feedback already, but I don't know what's the answer. But I think
Me neither.
there might be indeed a case that we should be able to split it instead of keeping it on one, or at least have an overview of on the if it's on one single account, what's the outstanding from both sale orders and purchase orders.
Yes, but then you can probably distinguish what are the debits, what are the credits.
But if it's a return, I have a feeling it's more.
It's
But
me-
I'm not sure. I'm not an inventory expert.
Who's backing up the credit cards fund? Stripe as a company or my Stripe funds? At what rate? How many cards can I issue?
I can only answer one of the three questions. I think there is unlimited amount of cards. But for the rest, we received already the question lots of time what the costs are. And I hope I'm not going to say something wrong, but it's all on Stripe side. There is nothing to purchase at the Odoo side. So it's let's say you can ask as many cards as you want free from Odoo side. But I don't know how many they charge behind. So sorry, it's not the answer you expected. But also there, I believe we have even a guy from Stripe with us at the booth today, at the accounting booth. So about costs, you will have to come by because we have no
Yeah.
idea about.
I have
pricing.
no clue either about that.
Have you already tried making an accounting agent that monitors the accountant and that can later on function as an accountant by itself in Odoo 19 with the AI agent app?
No. No, not yet. We're also just exploring with it to see to push the limits of the agent. I must admit that for the presentation, I was even thinking about what are the kind of feature of functionalities or things they need to do that we can take over by AI. And actually, I only found the reports very useful, so that you don't have to search for it and group by etc. You can just ask it.
Mhm.
The one for document sort, I think it's pretty cool as well. But I think and again, it's up to you. I think we're gonna be able to use AI a lot in accounting in order to find discrepancies, in order to pay attention. So it's just a little bit like we have now with the tax reports and the working files, where there is a lot of different checks. I think AI will be able to help building these checks or make the checks better. But besides that, I don't think that an agent should take over that much. Besides sorting the documents, making sure they arrive at the same time, the reviewing of the final accounting entries will still be done by an accountant, I think.
I think so, and I would probably advise so.
Yeah.
Any roadmap for improving Polish localization, especially corrective invoice, credit notes, and not a common document in Poland? Also with respect with the e-invoicing, sorry.
Yes, given we have to adapt for the KSEF, we are working on all of those. So developing the roadmap here for a specific country is maybe a bit complex. But yes, indeed, we identified that Poland has very specific needs. So on top of it, I could talk about the split payment as well. So there are kind of a few features that we know about and that we have identified as margin of improvement for the future. We did a few. Poland was a trigger as well for us to add on the invoice the possibility to edit the currency rate. It's because of Polish needs that it arose, and that we did it basically in 18 in stable and available in 19.2. So thanks to this specific country, we made a few improvements, and few more are about to come.
A lot of questions about Poland.
Poland is a country. I would mention Poland and Italy. They come again and again.
It's
and
also
again.
PEP?
No. They have their own.
Okay.
KSEF is their own
Is the
answer.
platform. Yeah.
Where has the follow-up contact gone? Merging it to the invoice contact is incorrect from a process perspective. Automated scanning versus AP team and at customers.
Can you
I didn't
repeat
get
the
the
question?
question.
Yeah.
Where has the follow-up contact gone?
Yeah, that one I got. And then?
It was
Merging
removed.
it
Yeah.
to the invoice contact is incorrect from a process perspective. Automated scanning versus actual AP team at customers.
Not sure I got the second part, but indeed we had the contact before.
We had a contact
It has
before, and
been
it was
removed.
removed for the sake of simplicity. So any feedback is welcome about that. We made the assumption that it's easier to remove it, but we are open to listen to any feedback.
What's the workaround of branches that share the same bank account?
What is-
Branches that share the same, but in my opinion of branches, they all
don't.
share the same bank account. Because for me, a branch is a subdivision of one legal entity.
Yes
so
and no. If it's a parenthood, like a child
on
and
a
a
branch.
parent, then a branch being a child of another one, then the child shares the bank account of the parent, of course. And if you don't want that, if you want to be specific, very specific, you can define the bank account and the journal on the lowest level at the child. And if it's defined on the child, then sister branches will not see it. So it's really a matter of display. But if you are on a node in this tree that has several children, all the children have access to the resource because they need it.
but in the idea of a branch, it's like a part of the same legal entity. There, a bank account is linked to a legal entity and not to the branch. So
You could imagine a
Most of the
case
cases-
with shops and a head office
okay,
and several
they
shops
can
with
indeed
each
have
shop
a
has
separate bank
its own.
account, but they all depend to the legal entity.
They all depend to of the legal entity, but you could imagine a setup where a shop in Louvain-la-Neuve
Has a
has its
separate
own
account. Yeah, of
treasury
course.
and Namur its own and so on.
Yep.
But then it's where you define it that matters.
Yeah, the highest will take everything from the lowest.
In matching bill and purchase order, can I add a rule not to match if the amount is different?
To add a rule, not, but I don't
Not
think
to
it
match.
matched. It
I
did.
don't
It
think it
doesn't
matches.
match. Actually, the matching with the purchase order is based upon different criteria. Not only the fact that the purchase order number is on the bill itself, but also if we find, based upon the total amount of the invoice, a perfect match among one or multiple purchase order lines. But so, unless I mistake, actually the question is the opposite. As long as the matching is not 100% perfect, we will not automatically match. Then it's up to you to go to the purchase order matching and match the invoicing lines with the purchase order lines. But it's not supposed to match automatically as long as there is no perfect fit.
I agree.
We have one question left.
All right. Does the VAT report works with delivery date, not accounting date? As some countries, VAT depends on delivery date.
No.
It's based upon the accounting date. And sorry, we just got the message that the time is up, so we'll have to stop over here. But if you have any other questions, there is plenty of purchase of product owners and accounting experts
POs
available at the booth. So just come by and see us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.